All right, thanks everyone for joining me. I'm Cheryl Broom, CEO of GradCom and host of Higher Ed Conversations, and I am here today with two very special guests. I'm here with my son, Dylan Kyle, who's already laughing at me, and the wonderful Piper. Both are high school seniors and are going through the college application process. And we're recording this over holiday break, so that's why I've got my little like holiday jacket on, and the two of them are at home today. And I want to talk to them about what it's been like to apply to college. So thank you both for joining me today.
Welcome. Anytime.
So I want to start off by talking to you about when each of you first started thinking about college. How long ago was it?
You want to start this one?
Well, our school forces us kind of to start thinking about it. I think sophomore year was when we first were introduced to it, but definitely looking back at my junior year, I didn't really know much about it until I was forced to learn about it, I feel like, because I think you kind of try to push it off for as long as you can. So probably I started thinking about it sophomore year, but I didn't really start deeply thinking about it until end of junior year.
All right.
Yeah,
What about
Mom.
you?
By thinking about it, what do you mean thinking about it? Like where you want to go, or like just college in general?
Either one. Maybe just college in general. Like when
I'll
did
go
it
like
when
outside the box. Like I feel like with for me as athlete that's like trying to play, it was like almost in eighth grade because that's when I started doing my ID camps and stuff. Like my first ID camp was like that eighth grade summer going in high school. Like wouldn't say I was as like what's the word? I didn't really know like colleges like I do now when it comes to like acceptance rates and majors. I just thought as college as like a next step as high school, which it is. But now I'm like obviously like a lot more knowledge with that stuff. But I'd say like yeah, eighth grade, and obviously like every kid thinks about college. Like it gets brought up. You probably have like a older like family friend or someone that you know that's in college. So, but yeah, I'd say like eighth grade is when I was really like introduced to like the whole college thing and like started like really thinking about it.
I think it's really interesting to hear you both say that because the people who listen to the show and watch the show are generally administrators at colleges, and they start reaching out aggressively junior when high school students are in junior years. But Piper, you started really thinking about it sophomore year. Dylan, you were even earlier because you knew you wanted to play sports in college. So colleges were on your radar a little sooner for both of you than I think most colleges prepare for. Did you
Yeah.
guys get any like materials from college, or how did you even start thinking about where you wanted to go or where you wanted to apply to?
Um. Well, going back again, the ID camps. It started off by like interest, but like I really started to think about it, and I really decided, oh, I want to stay home. So that really helped me narrow down my like options, by a lot. Obviously, like I know what's now I know what's like a reach or target. That's what we use at our school system when we're applying. So that helped me like, oh, if something's too far of a reach, like there's no point, like you might want to cut that out, Mom. But yeah, yeah, I'd say location comes first and finding out or like in helping me narrow, and then like acceptance rate too, because like if a school's too hard, like I'm not gonna go. Maybe like division for me, like Division 1, Division 2, Division 3, size as well. So like yeah, but I definitely would start off with location and then use the other factors like to narrow it down from there.
Yeah, I think I'm
And what
similar.
about
I
you,
think
Piper?
that yeah, location is definitely a big one. Like I generally wanted to apply to schools that were all in California, but going into it, I didn't really know what those schools were. Like I knew oh the UCs, but I didn't know details about each of them individually. And I think I didn't start researching colleges until my college counselor at school kind of recommended colleges to me, and I'd say like the majority of the schools I applied to were recommended by her. And we kind of like the first few weeks of meeting with each other, like she kind of got to know me and like the things I liked and like what I looked for in a school and not, and then she recommended schools from there, and then that's how I like researched the different schools, and then I would move them into like whether I wanted to keep researching them and then eventually apply to them, or if I just wasn't interested in general.
And how did you research them? What did you do for research?
I
I have a feeling we're going to have very different answers here because I witnessed Dylan's research.
I am a big fan of ChatGPT. I would ChatGPT, you know, D3 soccer schools in SoCal, and there goes my list. And then from there, this is a little bit outside of your question, but there I would go grab the college's coach's email and send it. So I'd say ChatGPT helped me a lot, but I feel like also you, mom, too, I could say, helped me a lot with like it because like a lot of colleges around. So, but yeah, research was probably ChatGPT. I probably use that the most.
And
Yeah,
I
I
see
mean,
Piper nodding.
yeah, I mean, our in one of our first like college meetings at school, they kind of like recommended us to use ChatGPT by like putting in like all of your interests in like a school, and then it would like feed you back like schools that apply to that. And so I didn't really use that kind of like further into the process. I think I kind of based it off of like the sports they had and like the school spirit that the school had, along with like the acceptance rate, and like the size of the school. So those are like the things I researched the most probably.
So, when you were looking to find out about sports and school spirit, where would you go to find those things out?
I mean, I would just do like a simple Google search, or I would talk to my college counselor about it.
Okay. So, I would see Dylan go on TikTok a lot. So, a college coach would write him back. I mean, for those who are listening in admissions and in marketing, Dylan's journey is a little bit different than Piper's because Piper, I know you are an exceptional athlete, but you're not planning right now to play sports, right? That's you're looking outside of sports. Dylan's looking to play sports. So he would email dozens of coaches, and the minute one would write him back, he would go straight to TikTok.
I'd say Instagram.
Instagram. Okay.
But
And what would you look
I
for? What are the things you're looking for on there?
well, I'd plug in the Instagram, like whatever, Maricosta men's soccer, let's say. And I mean, I just see like I feel like you could tell the quality of like a team. Not I don't want to say off their like posts, but like you could see a lot about like you could see a lot about like their team, like their culture and their environment just from like the Instagram. Like if you go to one page and it's like maybe them celebrating a big win, like oh they're like loud, and then you go to another Instagram and it's like very quiet and like not a lot of posts and not a lot of like things. Like there's other specific things like you might be like, oh, like so I'd say like the social media does matter more. And maybe like even if that one school like might not look like their Instagram might not be how they actually are and the other ones that vice versa, like I'm still more likely to, be like, dang, like this school looks better.
Great. Do you feel the same, Piper? Were you like checking out Instagram, TikTok?
Yeah, I think for me, like I kind of took a different approach to it. Like I would look up like kind of like day in the lives of students at the schools. Like for example, like some of my top schools, I would like look at like people's day in the lives, and I think that was very helpful. Kind of like not only seeing like them going to the class, but like what they do outside of class, because that's definitely like a big thing for me. Is like I want to be able to like have fun things to do outside of like just my schoolwork, like being involved in like clubs or like going around like the college town and whatnot. So I think that's something that I can't really get from looking, just doing like a simple Google search. And also when we would have like college like admissions counselors come into our school, like I would always ask them like, what are your favorite things to do around the school? Because I think that's something that is harder just to find from like a Google search or like a chat response.
Right. What about websites? Do you bother to go on the websites?
For me, I would go on them to research like again like their clubs and programs, because a lot of the times when I was writing like supplementals, they would ask me like what types of like clubs I would want to be like involved in, and like coming from like being involved in a lot of clubs, I would kind of like research like good or like what types of clubs that the school has, and I always found those off of the websites.
What about you, Dylan? Did you ever spend a lot of time on the websites?
I feel like I'm spending more time now on the websites like than I was when I was finding the schools. Like now that I actually have my schools, because like I need to look up things that are specific for their application that like will make me stand out more than a student who doesn't do their research. So I don't know. I don't think I've really like I don't use websites. I'd say more social media, but there is some schools where I've used the website. Um, yeah.
This is fascinating to me to listen to you both. I mean, I've been obviously through the journey with you, Dylan. Um, but you both are kind of describing almost the same process where you went to ChatGPT to help you kind of make a list, basically, figure out like what fits
Yeah,
what's important to you.
ChatGPT keeps it like simple, and it
Right.
like might not find that on like a website.
Yeah, so
And you
I'm
could
interested like in business, soccer, in California. What's my high acceptance rate? I want to go somewhere,
say
maybe
your
easy or
GPA.
hard. Right.
Yeah,
And then from there, you go on social. You kind of take a look at what is campus life like, what's available. Then maybe you talk to an admissions person because they come to your school. Now you're on their website. So it takes you a lot really to get to kind of a website. Seems like it's maybe an end stage. Like now you're ready to apply, and now you're getting into the nitty gritty of the programs.
yeah.
Wow.
Like websites are for old people.
That might be the clip that we clip out to advertise this podcast. And what about like materials in the mail? Like Dylan, I've seen lots of things come in the mail. Piper, have you gotten things in the mail?
Yeah, I think my parents like just kind of throw them away sometimes. They'll definitely keep the ones like for schools that I'm more interested in, but I mean, it's a lot of mail.
Does it stand out to either of you?
What do you mean?
Do you like getting it in the mail? Has it helped you make a decision of where to apply?
Um, okay, I've gone think three, and like it's kind of one of those things where it's like I don't know one if one's cooler than another. Like if I get one that looks cooler than the other, like I'm still like I feel like that just doesn't say enough about the school, even like because it could be like a bad school sending you an amazing thing in the mail, and there could be a good school that has like so many people to send this to. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not letting it influence my like where I want to go more than like actually seeing it on like social media.
Okay. Yeah, I found it interesting because I think Piper, last time you were over, or maybe we were talking about something and you literally said like, "Oh, I think my parents just threw that away." It's like
Yeah.
I've been keeping it with Dylan, but it's a stack. Like I don't think he's even looked at them.
Yeah, I don't think I've really spent a lot of time looking at them either. But I think it would be cool to get them like once you're accepted into the school. Like I think when I was over, we were looking at his like Point Loma one where it was like acceptance, and I think that's cool. But yeah, again, I don't really think it would like influence my decision to apply to it, but maybe if I spent more time looking at it.
Yeah, for sure. How do higher education decision makers find the right solution when technology evolves at light speed? Well, we usually start with our network. EdTech Connect is the network that's democratizing the higher ed technology conversation. EdTech Connect is free, so anyone with a .edu email address can sign up and list the software and services they use in their role at their school. Once you're in, you can find out what solutions similar schools are doing all over the country. Whether you're looking to find the hot new AI tool, or maybe learn options you have to upgrade your campus search engine, or even get to your short list of marketing solution vendors, EdTech Connect is the place to go. So visit edtechconnect.com and set up your free profile to get a pulse for what's happening with higher ed technology today. So once you guys had your lists of where you want to apply, how stressful has this process been? Like how hard were these applications? What has it been like to go through this?
You got this one.
I think it's been very stressful for me. I like just recently finished applying to like all the schools, but I think like for me, like I always have this like inkling in the back of my mind that's like, oh, but what if there's one more school that I should have applied to? Like, what if there's one more that I'm missing out on? And I think that's kind of stressful, but like overall applying to the colleges, I think the one thing I wasn't like aware of going into it was like the amount of supplementals I would have to write. Like, I think from past like students, they're kind of like, oh yeah, you write your big essay, you have to write your like activities and then some supplementals. But like, I probably wrote like, I spent like hours and hours writing my supplementals because I just had so many. And maybe that's just from like the colleges I applied to. But I think that was like a lot more work than I was like anticipating going into it. But I also like definitely learned a lot more about myself and the colleges and like what I want out of a college through the supplementals. So,
Mhm. What about you, Dylan?
I forgot the question.
It was how stressful has this been for you?
Yeah, I think Piper hit the nail on the head. Like, I do the exact same thing where it's like I get my list and I'm like, what if this school? But it's hard with soccer because it's like I could be like, oh, nice, that's my list. And then, boom, I'll have a random coach email me, and now I need to add this school to my applying. And it's like, so yeah, it's been stressful. And I'd say, like, it's like, for me, especially, it's like the worst time of the year. It's like winter, and like now high school soccer season just started, and I'm super busy. And it's like all my classes, like I have like my trimester unit tests and like all these college stuff, all this college stuff. So it's definitely like a stressful part of the year. Like, I was like, oh, I don't know why they open like the like college thing so like late. Like they should open it earlier in summer, so you could start like
Mhm.
figuring it out and writing stuff in the summer.
Yeah. How hard do you guys think it would have been? Now you're both what we would call in higher ed traditional students. So you are coming out of high school, you know you're going to go to college, and you've had parents that have gone to college. And both of you, I think both of your parents, mom and dad, and both of you have gone to college. How much do you think it's helped to have parents who have gone through this before? Did your parents play a role? Did they help you?
for me, I would say I'm like kind of more independent. Like, I definitely have my parents like help me. Like, I think they were helpful in like the research aspect of it, but with like the writing, I like did all that on my own. And I think they just kind of had to put like the trust in me to like find the schools that I want to go to and like trust, like have trust in me to like know what I want. So, and I think again, like they applied to college like so long ago, and the process I think has changed a lot from then. And I mean, my parents are always like, oh, this is so much more work than I would have done. Like, and I don't know. So I think it's a lot different in that sense.
Um, um, I'd say dad has helped at all. Really, I just tell
He
dad at
hasn't
school.
helped at all?
No, he was. I'm just like dad. I don't even know if I've ever even said the word college to dad. Um, Mom, I don't want to put the icing on the cake on you, but yeah, you've helped a lot.
I was just gonna say, like, here I'm gonna get glazed right now.
I didn't want to say glaze because
No, but
even
you
like,
actually did tell me. You actually did tell me that you only wanted to talk to about college one day a week.
yeah,
Like he was
because
like, I can't handle this anymore.
yeah, because it was literally like I'd come home after school and you'd be like, "What do you think of this?" Like I just sat through class for 8 hours. The last thing I need is to talk about where I want to go to class again. But yeah, you've helped a lot, and I feel like you know what's right for me
Yeah.
in
So
terms
I
of like,
think for those, and I ask about parents because us marketers, we are doing more to include parents than we ever did before. And I think Piper, when your parents said, like, we never went through this, when your parents are about my age, I think we're actually really similar in age. Our parents were not involved at all. Like, I don't even think my mom knew where I was applying. Like, there wasn't parent involvement. And now parent involvement has become more important. So, I think, like you said, the direct mail, Dylan, that I looked through it all. Like, I think that's really for parents to look at more so than kids.
yeah,
So, I also wanted to know, like, I see on Instagram from your school, it's so we're December, we're a couple days before Christmas before recording this. And I've been seeing on Instagram your school showing where students have gotten accepted. Does that create more stress for you? Are you guys feeling stressed out now? Like, how is it waiting to hear where you're going to go?
I think like for me, it like puts my standards a little bit higher, especially seeing like all of the people, because a lot of the decisions that have came out have been like ED decisions. And I mean, everyone at our school is getting into some really great schools, and I think it's making me think like, oh, should I have applied there, should I have applied there, like kind of second guessing my like decisions and what colleges I've applied to. But at this like state, I feel like it's kind of like a little bit late to apply to some of the schools, and I think it's like the comparison of the account that makes it like the hardest and like makes it more stressful. But I think just like having trust in like my decisions for the schools I want to go to are because I want to go to them, and like I don't need to like push myself to like apply to all these like Ivy Leagues just because other people have like gone into them.
yeah. I feel like some people care like about where people are going to college, but like it really doesn't matter at the end of the day. Like I think people, unless you're going to like Harvard or like something insane with like in doing something like insane, I just don't think it matters. I don't really care about other
And
people,
that's
but
really, and actually, this morning we dropped off Dylan's car to get his oil changed, and he was like, "Oh, this girl at my school's been like, oh, should I go to Stanford or Harvard? Or Stanford or Harvard?" And I'm going to choose Stanford. And I was like, "Really?" She got into both. But you're an interesting case because you're actually considering a community college. And how do you feel about that at this point of your applications?
yeah. Like what do I think are the ups and downs as like my perspective?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could compare myself to like people. So like yeah, one thing about community college is like yeah, I'm worried I'm not gonna get as good as an education as my these other people, but then I think like well they're like I'm not having I don't really know I'm not gonna have a set major right. I'm kind of just going to be going through my
Yeah,
general
you're going to do
classes. So
your prerequisites. You're
yeah,
going to
and
prepare for a major.
yeah, and now I'll know my major after 2 years. And as a soccer player, I should be able to transfer into a like a more competitive school. So for me, it's kind of like maybe while my friends are more like taking a big step, like I'm kind of like taking a step not back, but a step to the side before like a little leap, because now going into my next college, I'll know what I want to study and hopefully I'll have my some of my general classes knocked out. And yeah, and I mean, obviously the expense is a lot less. So
Mm,
yeah.
yeah. And Piper, you didn't consider community college at all. Why? Why wasn't that on your radar?
I don't know. I think I just never really thought about it going like throughout my whole high school career. And I mean, I think it's a great option for some people, but I think for me, I kind of like pushed myself a lot throughout high school with like my APs and like all the clubs and stuff that I've done, that I feel like I want to like push myself to like get into like harder schools, I guess. But
Mhm.
I mean, I think there's a certain path for everyone, and I just never really considered it.
Yeah. Dylan, did you push the hand raise button because you're clicking buttons or because you actually want to say something?
I just wanted to click it.
That's what I thought. um, yeah, I asked this question about community college because when I was 18, it was not an option. I mean, really, community college was really looked down on. And I feel like that has changed. And I think, Dylan, it's especially changed for athletes because we went and saw some community college soccer games, and they are high level competitive games. They're not that much different than the D2 games we went and saw, like in terms of physicality and ball movement and strength and talent. So that I think that perspective is changing, and it's good to hear Piper say, that it's a great option for students, because it is a great option for some students. Maybe not an option for all students, but for some it really is. So as we wrap up our conversation, um, what advice would you two give to colleges? So if you were to talk to any college out there, their marketing director, um, if they want to recruit high school juniors and seniors to look at their school, maybe not to apply, but definitely like to do the journey you guys went, to go on their social, like what do you think they should be doing? How can they get themselves noticed?
All right. Well, first off, these colleges send out the worst emails, and it's just like they're so bad. Like, first of all, if they're gonna send out emails, it should be first to say check out my social media page, and then like instead of saying like blah 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 blah, be like, here's our Instagram page or like TikTok or whatever. Because I'd say like 90 maybe more percent of students have social media. So and that's where like me and Piper, I think a lot of people could relate to us with seeing like stuff through social media. Um, but yeah, just more rely on more on their social media, and I mean, I don't really know what else. Yeah, social media is very important nowadays.
So you got emails from colleges and you opened them,
Yeah.
but you
Oh no,
didn't.
I don't open them. I just I click on them, and it's like always like some like I could probably pull up my mail right now and look. Am I still on the call? Or am I gone?
No, but you don't have to open it.
Well, I just
You
want to.
just
I can give you an
you want to find an
example.
example.
Yeah,
It's
because I
so
probably
funny you
have.
say this because my company writes a lot of emails for colleges. And I feel like I need to go back and tell all of our writers to stop
Okay,
writing
look,
and just
I
send the
literally have
social.
three.
Okay.
I literally have three. Okay, so my top one is University of Hawaii, and it's just about the deadline. So it's
Okay.
like submit or
And
okay. Well,
that's
that's just like
helpful, right?
yeah. Okay, then I have a one from Westminster College, and it's Dylan. We will
Westminster.
make this quick. Yeah, we wanted to let you know that we are heading back on break. Like that's awesome, and like, and then all they're saying is take care and happy holidays. Like, still nothing about their social media. I got another one, Northern Arizona. This one's using a little bit of I forgot what it's called, but they're like, Dylan, you're in among an exclusive group of students I've selected to apply. Yeah, I mean, this one's trying to make me feel like singled out. Let's see, I got another one from Temple University that's just like this one's better. I like when I'd say Another thing is like adding links so like they don't have to look it up. Like if you're gonna send an email, put like links in that they could click on. It just saves us time because we don't want, like, as high school students, we don't want to spend time having to do the research because we're lazy and we have other important things to do. So if you put the links in, like that just saves us a lot of time. Like
Okay.
here's the link, blah blah blah. Like yeah, yeah.
Great. That's great advice. What if a school had told you what to ask ChatGPT about themselves? Would you do it? If they're
What?
like, Dylan, go to ChatGPT. Ask
Oh yeah,
ChatGPT all about our social life. Would you
yeah.
be like, oh, okay, I'll do that? Or would that be lame?
You know that. Yeah, but you got to make sure ChatGPT is accurate. I mean, yeah, I'd say the main three things is quick, keep it quick. Like, don't make it that long because no high school student who has things to do is going to be like wanting to read all this. So yeah, and with that comes saying like make it have links, like little things like that, social media, like, and put like, I like when there's like pictures and stuff. Like I'm a big like imagery guy. Like I think a lot of people could agree that like they don't like to just read; they want to see pictures. Like, would you rather be read? I mean, maybe I'm not like, like, would you rather read a book all with words, or would you want to see some pictures? Like I like the pictures, so yeah, pictures too.
Okay.
So keep
I
it
think that's
short and keep it creative for sure.
okay. Great advice.
Flashy.
Okay. What about video? Do you watch
Yeah,
video?
I don't even know if you could put a video. Like all these ones that I emails are just so dry. Like like I want to see like something cool when I open this. I don't want to just see like a plain old email.
And are you in your email or are you in your score account?
It's my school email. I get all
Oh, your
these.
school. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, and I have
Yeah.
another.
And you get a lot of them, right? You're getting a lot of emails. So to stand out, you're saying like you want to see some cool picture right away or something
Yeah,
about their
like
socials.
when I click on the, I want to like see a picture because that's gonna like it's like a hook when you're writing in it, like an
Mhm.
essay.
What would you want to see a picture of?
Um, like student life, something cool,
Great.
like one of like a really cool programs, maybe like I don't know, sports too.
And Piper, what about you? Dylan just went on like a lesson on how to write emails, which is amazing. What would you get? What advice would you give?
I mean, pretty much the same. Like, I think social media, like, the more like active like a TikTok social media account is, like, I can't think of one directly that like posts a lot, but I think like being relevant and like up to date with like what like our generations are like humor is almost like would be helpful to see. Um, and I mean, I agree with like the emails. Like for me, when I go through my emails, like I'm someone who needs to have like a clean inbox in. And when I get like 20 emails from colleges, if it's not one that I have either applied to or have thought about applying to, I just delete it. I don't even look at it. So, yeah.
You're a little bit, you're like me. I don't want a clutter. I hate to admit this, and Dylan, when you turn 18, I'm going to stop, which is in like 3 months. But I clean out your soccer email because I cannot handle it. I like delete all of your ref assignments and like, I don't know how you function with 100 unread messages. Piper, there's one thing that you said earlier that I loved, and that was the day in the life videos. And so I wonder if you could tell us what you like to see in those.
I mean, the ones I watch aren't like necessarily affiliated with like the college admissions or like the college like marketing. It's just like not even like influencers, like micro influencers who post like just their day in the lives, and oftentimes I'll watch them and they don't even say what college they're going to.
Mhm.
So, and that's kind of confusing to me sometimes because I'll be like, "Oh, that looks like a fun experience." And I'm like, I can't find anywhere what college this is. But I mean, I think like seeing like the dining halls is interesting, like the food or like the restaurants they have on campus. Like I think we're both like big food people, so I feel like that's like helpful to see. I'm like the classroom like style is cool, and like just like overall like campus life, like
Yeah.
seeing if there's like people around, like walking around on campus, if people are like playing out in the lawn or like doing things
Like
together.
activities,
Yeah. Or like sports games, like if they're going to like a school sports game in the night or something, that's cool too.
Yeah, I feel like like we want to get a perspective of like what it's like.
I mean, I'm even thinking like for you, Piper, it'd be kind of cool. Like, what if you saw one like How to Be a Vegetarian at UC Santa Barbara? Like, that'd be one you'd probably would watch. Like, what you choose to eat and where do you get your snack? Like, it doesn't. It doesn't have to be like an entire like I did this and I did this and I did this. And it could just be a little snippet of their life, right?
It could literally be like what I said. You could click on the email, and it could be watch this day in the life.
Watch Dylan's Day at the Life at Santa Barbara City, or watch Piper eat vegetarian food at UC Santa Barbara. And I hope you both get to go to the schools that you want to go to. So maybe I'll have you back on in 6 months once you've made your decisions. We can talk about how you're getting ready for college and how people can support you becoming a student.
Yeah.
So, well, this has been so much fun.
Thanks.
I hope you guys had fun. We were going to make this a quick take, but now it's going to be a full episode because you had so many great things to say.
Thank you.